Ladies and gentlemen, happy Friday. I am your host, Keegan Ray. Welcome to Finish the Story. I'm joined here by my co-host, producer, and best friend, Mr. Trent Ludzak. Man, how you doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm doing better than you, I think.
I'm doing okay, dude.
You had a tough
Well,
tough
first
week.
off, let's get into this. Before we started this podcast, I spilt a little bit of coffee
That's
on
true.
the table, and
I forgot about
there was no paper towels in sight. Now repeat what you told me about the remaining paper towel in question.
I have one paper towel that's in the kitchen, and I have it in case of an emergency when I have dinner tonight.
You said I have it on contingency.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot what word I
So
used.
I had to jump on the spill like a grenade.
No, that's for contingencies. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to jump on the spill like a grenade in the studio. So now I got a wet, sticky fucking
Also, this
sleeve.
tablecloth is actually really good about not sucking.
It was like
liquid.
a duck butt, bro. The liquid just beaded right
Yeah.
off of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I had to
Honestly,
throw my
you
sleeve.
could have just pushed it on the floor, and that would have given us more time.
I didn't know how you would react to me just being like not even
No,
attempting to
I
clean
would've
it. Just
Because that honestly is what I would have done.
I
Because
just
it's
scoop
easy.
it and I'm like, hit record.
It's easier to clean off the floor,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
getting it off of this quickly. Well,
I just
Yeah.
immediately stoned brain was like, I'll use my sleeve.
nah,
Why
dude,
not?
gotta be thanking.
That's like the other day, everybody was laughing at me at work because I was refilling the flour and then I wiped my hands off with my ass. And I just had apparently a big old flour hammer.
That's what happens when you do
Because
that.
one of the line cooks was like, who's been grabbing your ass? And I was like, what are you talking about?
Bro,
Then I looked down, there was just a perfect handprint. And it did look like somebody went by and like goosed.
damn. I just realized that how often that might be happening to
In
me.
French bakeries? Dude.
No, I don't. It's because I do, in my work, which I'm not going to go
Yeah.
deeper into, I use chalk, like sidewalk chalk.
Mm-hmm.
And I get a special kind that's for railroads.
Yeah.
So it's like looser.
Mm-hmm.
My hands have a lot of chalk on them when I get
All the
down
time.
from the roof. And a lot of times to get, if I stick my hand in my pouch and I get a lot of chalk on my fingers, I'll just, tap it off on. I think that I've probably talked to a lot of people in a professional setting
Yeah,
with a chalk hand on my ass.
absolutely.
Like bright blue.
Yeah.
A bright blue chalk hand.
You like scratch your nose. You look like the fucking volleyball from
No, I
Castaway.
figured out you got to scratch your nose with the
Yeah, walking around looking like
nub.
Wilson.
like war paint.
Yeah, Braveheart. They're like, what the fuck? Like that fucking Planet of Apes.
Oh God.
Dude,
People are excited for it.
Let me
Have
tell
you-
you,
have you
I was
talked to
getting
other people?
I'm glad we got
it's
into
a little
this
upsetting.
because all right. So I was sitting in a You Break I Fix place because I broke my phone. I mean, of course, I literally took my phone out. No bullshit. For 2 seconds because my up down volume thing broke, so I had to take it out of the case, and I was like, I don't like that, and immediately fumbled it and just watched it. Just
Fumbled it out of the case.
I was like, no, I did not just do that. So I made a claim. I was like, I'm not going to get upset. This is what I pay
Yeah.
insurance for. So I'm sitting in there, and the guy's like, it's going to take 2 hours. Well, I got lost on the way to this place because I just picked one in a panic. I was just like, whatever.
Yeah, I got to get someone.
So I didn't know where I was. So I just looked at the guy, and he's like, well, it'll be about 2 hours. And I was like, I don't know where I'm at, dude. Like, if I leave, I might not be able to come back.
What should I do?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what's going on this
Yeah.
street?
So I just, like, hit my pen right out of the place. and
That's
just-
not what you should do.
Yeah, I just stood in front of the
Let me-
glass.
Let me get some forget juice
Yeah,
before I
getting
go.
high as shit. And then I just sat down in there. So as I'm sitting in there, this
And
guy
that
comes
guy's-
in.
That
and
guy's
this
just
dude-
looking over his shoulder at you, just like, is he?
No,
gonna
they
wait
were
the
around
whole
this
time?
like corner, but I could still
Okay.
hear them talking. Hilarious conversations about anime and just exactly what you thought
Yeah.
two dudes that were fixing phones would be
Yep.
talking about. They were talking about some con coming up. I was like, I love these guys. Like, I could listen to this all day. This is hilarious. They were arguing over two fictional characters and who would win in a race, but I didn't know who they were. And I was
I
like,
mean-
I would Google these names if I had my
If
phone.
I had a phone,
I was like, it's two anime characters, but I
just
don't.
tearing you up. Dude, this question is just burning a
I
hole in
was
you.
like watching a podcast that you know the answer to. You're like, God damn it.
Did you look it up after when you got your
I
phone?
couldn't remember. It was names that I was like, I would have to type it in right now after he says it.
What if as the guy goes, here's your phone, you're like, actually, before you hand that to me,
Yeah.
could you type in the 2 characters that you guys
Yeah.
were talking about on Google?
What's the verdict?
Yeah.
Who wins? No, then this guy comes in, and immediately I hate to judge a book by their cover, but I fucking hated this guy. Dude, he like walks in, has the cop haircut, the Oakley's on, has his kid in tow. Kid just looks like the most punchable child in the world, dude. So they come walking in, I'm like, maybe I'm a dickhead. You know, I'm already like, I always defer to me being an asshole. And then the first words out of this dude's mouth is like, there's nobody at the front desk, and he just walks in like, hey, is anybody here? Like, no, dude, the place is empty. No one's here. You should scream. That's the appropriate way. So then the guy comes around like, can I help you? And he's like, yeah, I fucking threw my phone watching basketball, and it's just shattered. And then the guy's like, yeah, I don't know, man. That's going to take a while to
you
fix.
hate that guy.
Yeah.
You were
I
correct.
threw my phone watching basketball. I'm like, dude, you're a grown man with a child, and you're shattering your phone.
Here's
Stop.
the thing. Don't judge a book by its cover, but you can make a preliminary estimate and see where it goes, you know?
Hated him. The
And it
Oakleys
seems
were
like you were right.
Mhm.
It
I was
seems like
dead
you
right.
were dead on.
So I'm like hating this guy. I'm trying not to emanate it from my being, but I'm like, I fucking hate this guy. So the guy's like, it's going to be 2 weeks, but I can put like a cover on the back. He's like, whatever you're going to fucking do, just do it. And that's his. And the guy's like, oh, okay. So he goes to the back.
I mean, that's,
first thing
let's
out
be
of his
real.
mouth to his kid is he's like, so you excited about that Godzilla King Kong? And I laughed out loud. I just went, oh my God. And they both just like looked at me, and I was like,
That's the target audience.
that's what I thought. I said, the guy breaking his phone in front of his child over a March Madness game where he probably never played basketball. From his shape,
Yeah.
this
No,
guy,
he did in high school, but it's bad.
Yeah.
That was a while ago, probably.
Yeah, 30 years ago. I just was like, dude, when they said that, I laughed out loud. I was like, God, these are the worst people. This is exactly who that's for. That movie is for them. And then the kid goes, yeah, who do you think's going to win this time? He goes, no, dude, they're on the same team. I was like, oh, my God.
And did that like blow the kid's mind? Was he like, what?
Yeah, he was bummed.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
It was.
It's like the real battle is you two fighting progress.
Oh, my God. It's so sad.
It sucks so bad.
It's crazy how like that exists, but also like it's technically in the same genre as like great movies.
Yeah. I mean, it was a preview
Actually,
before Dune.
you know what I watched today?
What?
This morning. It was like the first thing I did this
Yeah,
morning was
yeah.
I turned it on and started cleaning.
Which, let's side note, that is the best way to start a day.
Yeah,
is with
start a
good
movie and clean. Yeah. So Sham recorded a podcast last
Mm-hmm.
night. No bullshit with Sham Wilkins. Check it out. And he told me he had just watched the new Roadhouse.
Dude.
It's pretty good, dude.
Is it?
It's pretty good.
I want to hate it
I know, me too.
so bad.
But you know what? Like Jake Gyllenhaal, pretty interesting, weird dude. Kind of like almost like charming autistic and just
Yeah.
beats the fuck out of people.
Okay.
And Conor McGregor just plays Conor McGregor, who is the ultimate villain. And it's just Conor McGregor is chaos, and chaos moves in his wake.
Yeah.
There's
God damn it. I guess I'm going to watch it.
it's just it knows what it is. It knows it's a dumb fight movie, and it's about dudes.
It's
fighting
almost like
mostly.
having a bottle of pills in the bedroom, and you're
There's-
like, I know I shouldn't. Like every
Yeah.
time I see it, I'm like, I know I'm better than that. Every time I see it on the screen, I'm like, I'm better than that. And it's like they're calling me.
It's better. It's better
just
than you
take
think it's gonna be.
Just watch 1 minute of it.
I don't know. There's weird stuff about it. It's not like a perfect movie.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed watching the movie. It's very predictable. You know where it's going.
Yeah.
But
Obviously.
there's like a silly love story. And the character's kind of like laughably like, you don't want to be my friend. I hurt my friends. Like it's that kind of shit.
Yeah. I push everyone
Yeah.
I love away from me.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing.
Tormented badass.
And as soon as it gets annoying, he beats up 4 dudes in a way that
Awesome.
is cool enough that you're like, all
Yeah.
right, I like this movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in.
It's pretty much that.
I'll hate watch it.
Yeah. No. As soon as Conor McGregor show up, you're gonna be like, I might love this movie.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor really makes.
He does
the movie.
rule though. He rules. He's top of the tier. I would come out of retirement
Do you
and
want to
do
hear
cocaine.
what the beginning of him is?
I
in
would do
this
coke
movie?
with Conor McGregor. Like if he was like, "Yo, you want to
fuck.
do a bump?" I'd come out of retirement right off the bench. Wouldn't even think twice. I'd be like, "Yes, sir."
That guy is. I don't know. How long do you think he's gonna live a long life?
I mean,
'Cause I
who
don't.
knows? He might Chris Benoit out, dude. He's been punched in the head.
That's
a
true.
lot. Because you
Yeah.
gotta think those guys get punched a lot, like in practice. Like they
Yeah.
spar and are getting jarred around.
Yeah.
Can't
Not
be
me.
good.
I don't like it.
How long do you think? How long do you think it would take the over under on him shadow boxing in your face if you did coke with him? Like how fast is that happening?
I think it's.
You're like, oh, dude, Connor, chill.
I think it's within
Chill.
3 minutes of whenever you are in a one-on-one conversation with him.
Yeah, I think it's as soon as you do the line, you look up
Yeah.
to a fake.
Oh yeah, that's probably what it is.
And the higher you get, you just stop, dude.
And he's just waiting for you to swing on him so he can knock you the fuck
Oh
out.
yeah,
Just change your
Yeah.
face forever.
absolutely. That's like when you hang out with people that have a bodyguard. Like when we were with that Norman Reedus, the dude from Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
His bodyguard was standing
Wait,
there.
you were with that guy?
Yeah, I've never told you the story.
Like you fucked him?
No. Yeah, I laid with Norman Reedus. He was a gentle lover, dude.
That was just an odd way to say that.
No. All right, so we hung out with that guy, but I'm saying like talking to somebody with a bodyguard, you like look over to your right, and there's just somebody very intensely
And he's
listening
just looking
to you.
at you?
Like you're like, this guy would clobber me, dude.
Yeah.
Just if I did anything or said anything weird, you have no chance. You're like,
Yep.
this guy is going to pounce on you.
Yeah.
No, that was so we did an opening gig. So we opened for Dave Chappelle, but he was filming for Norman Reedus' show in Savannah called Ride, and it's like where they drove motorcycles
yeah, I
from
heard
Charleston.
about
Yeah,
that.
so they performed at the Wormhole, which is like a really shitty bar in Savannah. We got to open it.
I've heard it's a good comedy venue.
Oh, it's
I've
awesome.
never been though.
But it's just like 125 people got to come in. They took everybody's phones, and then nobody was allowed to come in. And then we opened up the crowd, and then Dave Chappelle came out. That was when his first special came out. And so he couldn't do any material from the special on Netflix.
Oh,
So he
yeah.
just came out and ripped for like an hour and a half. Just fucking put on a clinic to where everybody who did comedy was just looking around like, I think I quit. Like
And
this
I
is-
can't. Yeah.
This is crazy. So then after he gets done, he like goes into they didn't even really have a green room. They just had this like back room, right? So after he gets done, he goes into this like green room and everybody's like going outside to smoke cigarettes. But I realize I'm like, they're not letting people back in here. So I was like, I'm just going to chill and drink at the bar. Like I'm just hanging out.
And they didn't let them back in.
Yeah, and I'm like, they're not letting people back in. I don't know what that means, but that means Dave Chappelle has not left. Like they're still here. So
You
then
just
they start
need to
letting
smoke
people going.
in like a room adjacent to Dave Chappelle.
It didn't matter.
So
people were
can't
smoking in
tell.
the bar too.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
once he came out and lit a cigarette, it was game the fuck on. It was like, dude.
What are you gonna stop all of us?
Yeah. It was kind of like everybody looked around like, well, I don't have a cell phone, so fuck it.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck 'em.
Especially if you don't have a phone. It's basically a perfect concoction to turn any bar into a smoking bar.
Yeah, it was a little smoky club for an hour and a half while he was up there, and he was taking shots on stage. But so we're all sitting in the bar. There's probably 30 people left in the bar now, right? All of a sudden, Dave Chappelle comes out, bodyguard right in tow, comes out, gets into the DJ booth, and now he just starts DJing. He's
Oh,
playing
fun.
like the Fugees. He's like partying, taking shots. The whole time, he like right behind him was a bodyguard. That's what I'm saying. This dude,
Yeah.
like people would be like, "Hey, Dave." Just some dude. You're like, damn. So my encounter with Norman Reedus, and we'll say allegedly, so I don't want to get anybody in trouble. So I'm going to walk into the bathroom, right? This big ass bodyguard just puts his hand, like slams me up against the wall, and I'm like, the fuck? He's like, bathroom's closed. And I thought he was kidding. I was like, ha ha.
That's
And I
a
went to
funny
go walk
joke.
back by him, and this dude grabbed me by my shoulder. He's like, you didn't hear me. Bathroom's closed. And I was like, wow, dude. Like he was like gripping my shoulder.
You're being so mean right now.
So hard. I was like, yo, dude.
Like a big brother.
So then I look up and I just see like 12 feet in this stall, and I see one face come over, and it's like one of the dudes from the thing, and he's like, nah, he's cool. That's one of the comedians. I'm like, what's up? So I'm like, I don't mind my fucking business. So he lets me come in. I'm at the urinal peeing. All of a sudden, everybody piles out of the stall. So I'm like peeing, and I can hear them all talking. And then I hear a voice, and I'm like, that's fucking Daryl from Walking Dead. So I finish up peeing and washing my hands. I turn around. He's holding court in front of all these people, and little bags going around. My man, he's sitting there, and he's like, so they didn't even have a part for me on Walking Dead, dude. And he's talking about the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there looking around, and I'm like, yo, this is not real life. Everybody was smoking cigarettes in the bathroom. There's like the bodyguard at the door. I was like, that's crazy to get so famous that you can go to the bathroom to do coke and go, hey, bathroom's closed.
Yeah.
My man was holding it down. Like, he didn't give a fuck who you were. You weren't coming in there. But I was sitting there watching him talk to these people like, this is insane. That Daryl from Walking Dead's doing coke in here and yapping our ear off.
I bet it's not the first time that bathroom's been closed before.
Oh, dude, that bathroom was... That
bathroom's closed every other night.
Dog, that bathroom is like a legendary dive bathroom. Like, that is not a place you want to shit. And if you have to shit, it's going to be it's a core memory. That's a core memory shit.
What's the last core memory shit you had? How about that? That's a fun story, right?
Core memory shit. Probably at this club in Charleston. It was this tiny little bar, and it was like very obvious because it's connected to the bar. It's a very small bar.
Was it the Sparrow or?
No. But I was shitting, and you're just in the, but it was an emergency situation. But it was one of those where you're like, no. Like, you're fighting it. You're like looking down the street, like, what is closed?
Actually, hold up. I bet we can find pictures. What's the bar called?
Tin Roof. I don't want to. Charleston. No. It's not a great. I mean, it's a great bar, but it's just right in the fucking, like, you're in it.
Here we can.
It's a very small space. Put the room up. This is one of the coolest bars in fucking Charleston. We did Over the Limit there. We did a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I had to shit there, and it was like, it's just one of those places where everybody knows what you just did.
I know these places.
Everybody knows what you just did.
Yeah.
You come out and it's like, and then they see you on stage because you're about to go up. So like somebody's like, God damn, that dude just, and then you're up on stage. Like, yeah, sorry. Those before, where's your core memory shit?
Minneapolis.
As many have been made.
Northeast neighborhood. I think they still do the open mic. It's called Terminal Bar.
Oh, boy. Is it kind of like... This wasn't the bad bathroom. This was just the proximity to the bar.
So this one, it was... The layout is weird of this place. So this is the stage. The bathroom is on this wall right here.
Oh, no. It's behind the stage?
So I was there. This was before the show. But this little box space, this is the bathroom. Half of it is a stall. It stinks horribly in this bathroom. Like, the bathroom smells so bad, the entire behind the stage stinks. And, dude, I just had one of those, like, I had a little bit too greasy of a burger, and it was time to go. And it had to happen.
It's so bad. I hate that feeling. I've also had some core memory shits on the road.
This place.
Dude.
This is the other side of Terminal Bar.
Show that.
So basically, the two pictures are standing in the same place, looking opposite directions.
Let's talk about this, dude. Talk about core memory shit. Shout out my boy Evan. So one time he was in a new relationship, right? And they're traveling. They're traveling from Florida, and he's like drinking all night. They're driving the next day. He's like, oh my God, I got to pull over. So he pulls over like emergency. He's like running into the bathroom. Doesn't do a little inspecty, pants down.
No.
Shitting. Looks down, soaking wet.
No.
Like soaking wet, and somebody else is pissed. So then he had to call the new girlfriend.
No.
Yo, I need underwear and pants in here stat, dude. Yeah. That's embarrassing. That's a core memory. Because that's where, when you have to make that call and you don't have any other way around it, you're like, oh, no. Hey, babe, I know this is our first real trip together, but we're about to really cross some lines.
But here's the thing. If you shit your pants, though, that's probably worse.
Yeah. But it's still just That's
It's
not
bad.
Yeah, you don't
It's-
want her to come in and you're just standing there covering your little Peter.
This is a lose-lose, yeah.
I put my pants in peace. That would be an embarrassing 5-minute wait
No.
for her to get the text. You're just
Yeah.
waiting. You're like, red.
Yeah. She had a couple cigarettes before she came in.
Yeah. She's like, no,
Yeah.
he didn't. No, he didn't. Yeah. That's,
And now you're just stuck in that bathroom until...
yeah, just standing there like a dickhead. That's it. You got to burn those pants.
Yeah.
That's trucker piss.
Yeah. Oh, that's tough.
That's a tough one. That's a core memory.
Yeah.
That's a core memory, dude.
Mine was just like the circumstance, because also the terminal bar, by the way, you're sitting sideways with the stall here, and there are, good half-inch gaps in that door.
Yeah. It was always like
I was
Lord
able
of
to
the Flies.
sneak it. Nobody knew I took a shit.
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to
Yeah.
Irish goodbye the shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to slide in.
Yeah,
It's
you just go
Assassin's
in,
Creed.
go in, fire one off real quick. You've got to fire it off. You can't.
Quick.
You can't take
It's a
your
military
time.
shit. Yeah, there's no time for Instagram.
No. So you just blast that thing out your
Yeah.
butthole,
Mm-hmm.
and then
It's a sneak mission.
wipe with the worst toilet paper known to man.
Dude, it's not even technically toilet paper. That's no way that can be the same thing.
It's like
A Yorkie and a pit
unprocessed.
bull. That's how much of a difference we're talking here.
I feel like it's what other companies take as raw material to make good toilet paper
Right.
with.
Right. It's the basis for toilet paper.
Yeah, like they're like, we're gonna buy a bunch of this, and then we'll stack it in like 5 layers and refine it.
It's like the toilet catalyst. They're
Yeah.
just using
The
it.
toilet catalyst.
Toilet paper catalyst, and they're just using it as
Oof.
a product. Which, if I can read through it, I'm not happy. I'm not happy.
I mean, I'm not testing, but
I could see my
if you
line.
can
If I
see-
could read my palm
Yeah.
through the fucking thing, I guarantee I can read my future.
Yeah.
A little bit of blood.
Yep.
That's your palm reading.
Yep.
That's a bad one.
But yeah.
Because you have to wipe until.
Yeah, you gotta wipe because you're gonna be at this disgusting bar for a while, so you need to be as clean as you can.
Yeah.
And the big problem I feel like with a place like that is that you're gonna get your hands are only gonna get dirtier if you wash them at the sink.
That is true.
So
That's
it's
like McCracken's downstairs. It's worse.
you just gotta ask around for like
Yeah.
hand sanitizer.
Yeah. You got to find a girl with a bag.
Yeah.
Say, hey.
And this was pre-COVID, so
Hey.
at bars like this, you're not finding hand sanitizer.
No.
Have you noticed that? That was an observation I've noticed recently.
What?
There's now hand sanitizer things on the walls in places where you wouldn't think there should be. Like they're at McCracken's.
Yeah.
McCracken's has hand
Who's refilling
sanitizer
that, though?
on the wall.
How many people have jizzed in that? You know, like, I don't trust shit at McCracken.
No, but like it's crazy that's like the remaining things from COVID where there's like
Yeah. Can we
there's just
open-
hand sanitizer stuff everywhere.
All right, let's get into it. So I've been moving recently. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
It
Is
sucks.
that a shit? So first off, I want to say shout out to Ben and Britt came at the fourth quarter and helped me with some boxes because when they showed up, they're like, you don't look good. I got beat up, bro. It was also because, Christina was like, you didn't ask anybody to help you. I was like, I asked a couple people, but it's also hard to be like, hey, you want to meet
I offered and you said
me? Yeah,
no.
but it's like, you want to meet me at 8 o'clock in the morning. I rented the truck at 7
I
and
usually
drive an hour around. It's just, I don't like putting that on people.
wake up at 7.
Dude, let me tell you. I had this hand truck that lays down, so I was making shit twerk. I had the fucking thing. I was pushing everything up. Bro, thank God Kelsey helped me put the couch on. Thing. She came over to the house. That's who's moving in after me. She helps me with the couch. I didn't think about, like, once I get to the new house,
you're
who's going to help me?
fucked.
So I'm
Well,
like,
you got 3 people that could help you.
no.
I'm
But
just fucking with
Yeah,
you.
but no. So I'm at this house. I got the thing. I didn't pull far enough down the driveway. So I was at too much. Like, it was like we're at a black diamond. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
should have pulled a little bit more, kind of even it out, but I didn't. So I got this couch, and I'm like, all right, dude. I just smoked a joint because I had waited all day. So I was
Good.
like, fuck it. I'll
Good.
take a break. Now I'm at the new house. Let me smoke a joint. Fucking get ready. Dude, I get this couch. And I turn around to see if I have my footing, and it just goes. And I wasn't ready, like a Looney Tunes cartoon. I just rolled down the fucking thing with this couch.
Like did you like fall into the couch and roll down on
Yeah,
it?
the couch
That's
literally
hilarious.
rolled me up like a Looney Tunes. Like all you could see probably was like arms and legs and like, dude, I hit the driveway and this couch was on top of me and I was like, holy shit, that did not just happen. I like got up and was like, somebody just got some incredible Ring camera footage.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you
some
have
new
a
neighbor?
Do you have a Ring camera on your
Not
place?
yet, but I
Not
know my
yet.
neighbor across the street had one. I thought about asking
You
for the
should.
video
You really should.
to be like, hey, they're
Just to play it on the show. I want to see it.
imagine the neighbors like, damn, it smells like weed out here. I think that new neighbor's smoking weed. And then you go out there to see me, and I'm just like, oh!
Oops.
That guy got high and dropped the couch on himself.
That's hard to do. You got to really try to drop a couch on
Dude.
yourself.
It came down so fast. Like, I looked away for 1 second to make sure my foot was on the thing.
I've seen your couch. It looks pretty heavy.
Yeah, it hurt like shit.
My couch is super heavy.
I woke up today. It felt like somebody beat me with a baseball bat, dude. I'm so sore.
Yeah. That couch out there, that might stay here forever.
Yeah, I think now
I might not keep that because I got it. I paid $100 and
Couch.
guys delivered it.
Oh no, that's it, dude. That couch lives here now.
Yeah.
That couch, when they come over, you're like, that couch comes to the house.
Yeah. I've done that with something in every apartment I've ever lived in, where there's like some piece of furniture where
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to move this.
No, dude, I have moved, and I did it this move, where you'll find a box from the previous fucking move that you have not opened. You're like, I'm just carrying around boxes of shit I haven't even opened. No, I just throw it away. Christina was like, did you even look what was in there? I was like, no.
No, leave it with the house.
Yeah, I haven't seen it for a year. Yeah, just leave everything in the house. I have stuff from the girl that lived there before me.
Wait, so are you taking this stuff to new houses, or you just got to leave it? If it was there when you got there, you just leave it when
That's
you
what I'm
leave.
saying. I left golf clubs, a set of golf clubs in our
There you
AC
go.
unit. That was it.
Hell yeah.
And then, but I'm just saying, like, it's crazy to me that I just carry around these boxes from move to move with things that I just won't throw away. You like open it up. You're like, what the fuck? A flower pot? Like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yep.
Moving is the worst, though.
I'm really good about, like, I downsize a lot when I
Yeah,
move.
I'm like, throw it
Basically,
away.
that big black box that I have in the
Mhm.
living room and use as a coffee table,
Yeah.
that's basically where
What
I
he's
put,
talking about for the listeners is he has like
a giant tough box.
yeah
Yeah.
which is a good table, actually. It works.
Yeah. So I'll
Life hack.
if I'm moving, I'll throw a lock on that thing, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
that is, if I want to keep any kind of like personal like item, stuff just for I'm from this place or whatever, that's the amount of space I have for it. So if I got
Take
some
a
new
man out
if
of
I
the
got
military, but never take the military.
if I
out
got
of
some
a
new
man.
stuff, well that's my personal stuff, and then I
Yeah.
figure out what I really need to bring with me for wherever the next place is going to be.
It is so refreshing.
This
to go to a
studio is
new
going to be a
house
real motherfucker to break down.
And just cleanse yourself of all that bullshit though that you've been carrying around. Just
Yeah.
throwing away all that stuff that you're like, get it out.
I don't need it.
Yeah, this house is an upgrade though. It is the biggest
Yeah.
house I've ever lived in, without like my parents' house.
This is the biggest place I've had since
It's crazy.
I've had on my own.
It's crazy. Banjo's just been running through the house like a little fucking wild animal, dude. Like you'll wake up in the morning and you'll
Climbing
just see
weird
him
shit.
run past you like, no. So we have it where in the kitchen there's like a thing where you can look in from the kitchen to like the living room. It's like a little like window almost, but then you can get on top of that. It's crazy. It's like a jungle gym.
Banjo's all over.
Oh, dude, it's like he was scared when we first brought him in there because he's only been in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Oh yeah, so he's like, why is there so many?
He was just
places
walking around the
here?
house going, "Wah!"
But then when he found out that he's like, oh, I can just go around this
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah, dude, he was so scared. He always fucks with Christina's cat, like he always wrestles her and stuff.
Yeah.
We were like, "Where's Banjo?" And then we found him hiding under her. That's how scared he was. He's like, "All right, bitch." Usually I
You're
bite
gonna
you
have to help me.
and I
out.
fuck you, but I am so scared because Fiona's old. She's like 7 or
Are
8,
they,
so
are
she's
they
had
getting
moves.
along more now?
Uh-huh. But she's been in plenty of moves.
Yeah, he
So it's-
probably is getting enough energy out that he doesn't need to
I think that is
fight
it.
another cat every once in a while.
Yeah, he just can run around the house like a wild man. But it is nice. It'll be cool when the girls get here.
Yeah.
Actually, not being a 1-bedroom. I was freaking out about that. I was
Yeah,
like,
that
dude,
wouldn't be ideal.
I know people were like, "Oh, we'll bring you over some stuff for the babies." I'm like, "Please don't." Like,
We're
not
out of
yet.
space.
Yeah, not yet, dude. That's all stuff I'm gonna have to move by myself.
Yeah.
All right, so here's a new question that I've been thinking about that I want to ask guests. So I'll ask you, and then we'll
Okay.
start. We'll see if it'll carry over. Okay, so you're kidnapped, right? Your kidnapper comes to you and he says, "Hey, there's a couple of us, and we've decided that you can earn your freedom." And you say, "Okay, how can I earn my freedom?" They say, "You got to dance for it."
Dance for it.
What song are you putting on?
Fuck, bro. I don't dance.
It's for your life.
So do I have to dance well? Like, do I have to dance to the song correctly?
They're gonna take into everything. Charisma. They're gonna take in the pageantry of the dance. If you dance poorly and that's the gimmick, then you got to do it wholeheartedly. What song are you putting on?
Can I just say shoot me now so I don't have to embarrass myself pointlessly? Because I'm not a good enough dancer that I'm not gonna win.
I know, but
I'm not gonna make it.
But if you had to put something on and dance, what are you putting on?
Bro. The electric slide.
Dude, that's a good one, bro. It's electric. Yeah, that's a good one. Nobody said that one yet. That's a good one.
Or like, I don't what's the any of the ones that are like the dances in the song.
Yeah,
They're just telling you what to
do. One guy
do.
said Cupid Shuffle. I said I'd
Cupid
shoot
Shuffle,
you 3
yeah.
times.
No, Cupid
right
Shuffle.
Foot 2 times. Pow, pow. We're sick of hearing the Cupid Shuffle.
Yeah, Cupid Shuffle. No, it'd probably be Cupid Shuffle because I feel like that's
Suicide
that's
by
the easiest
Cupid
one.
Shuffle.
Suicide by Cupid Shuffle.
As soon as you start doing it, they're just like, "Oh God, stop."
The fear is that they would be like, you know what? You did this. You made this bed. Lay in it. Now you have to dance to the Cupid Shuffle until you're dead.
Yeah,
That would be a tough time.
that's torturous.
That would be. I heard that they made.
That's if you have squatters.
I heard they made him do that at Abu Ghraib.
Yeah. That was on the court documents. That was redacted. That's too
They
harsh.
said that was the worst
Yeah,
one.
that was the line. Abu Ghraib. Everything else was above board.
Yeah, the dogs, the chains,
the
the
mental anguish.
music, the isolation,
Yeah, the stealing you from your from your home country for absolutely no reason.
the
all
enhanced
warranted.
interrogation tactics.
Yeah.
All of that was okay for public consumption, but death by Cupid Shuffle. That's dark. That's maybe the darkest thing that I
Just
can
over there
imagine.
just crying. Like,
Dude,
hop 2 times. Now Charlie Brown.
I think my shins are about to break. Every time he says hop, I fear that it will be my last hop.
The Diaries of a Dying Man. I just can't right foot 2 times. Reverse. I wish I could do the same with my life. Reverse.
Can I leave out the left foot since 4 of the toes are missing?
When will it end? Day 4 of the shuffle.
Day 4 of the I've started
My feet grow weary.
I've started calling it the death shuffle.
My joints ache. Dude, I do that shit now that I'm listening to books on tape. I'll be at work and somebody will be like, I need this on the fly. I'm like, he made with disdain. I catch my inner voices just running a narrative all day. Like somebody will cut me off in traffic. It's like, idiots everywhere.
Yup.
He muttered under his breath.
I feel like I've been doing that so long I didn't think about it.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I
It
live.
really revs the old brain.
That-
I just really
You're like
kickstarted.
Trent. You don't see pictures in your head. No, that's what I have in my head.
I get it. That's funny too.
Is I basically a narration. I'm a walking narration.
Yeah, that girl Jordan. I asked her one time, like, so you don't see anything in your head? She's like, no. And I was like, well, I don't. So what do you do about reading? She goes, that's why I don't like to read. Just put her head down.
Oh, that's because she doesn't see anything and she's stupid.
No. Love you, Jordan. Oh no, I know. women are the worst. No. Oh, no.
Wow,
think,
I didn't say it for once.
I know. You said it through me. You ventriloquist me like Trent said. That's what I'm going to start doing, saying outlandish shit,
I use
just
the
looking
voice.
at comedians in the crowd and being like, Trent Ludzak said.
Trent Ludzak. I just channeled Trent Ludzak.
I'm directly quoting Mellow Black right here when I say.
Well, I kind of do that with R. Kelly in a joke.
Just look up and somebody's in the back going.
Just mad. You son of a bitch.
Yeah. That's a fun question, though. What song would you put on to save your life?
I feel like the Cupid Shuffle is going to be a lot of it. But I love the Death by Cupid Shuffle.
Yeah, Death by Cupid Shuffle is great. I said Maniac. I'm a maniac. I would do the flash dance.
You would get really,
I would
into
come
it.
out and just I'd do the whole flash dance.
What's the song that they removed the music to with like Bowie and Mick Jagger or whatever?
Oh, yeah. Dude,
Do that one?
video is outrageous. It like makes you blush.
Yeah, you feel bad. You're
yeah.
like, I don't like this at all.
You can watch like 70% of gay porn, and it's not as gay as that shit.
I would say it's genre-wise closer to like ISIS beheading video.
It's crazy. I watched that. If you don't know what we're talking about, definitely Google it. It's Bowie and Mick Jagger. Just Google Bowie, Mick Jagger, gay shit.
Do you think we?
It is alarming, dude. I mean, it's fine, but people are like, nah, dude, they're just dancing. You're like, okay. Oh, yeah.
Dancing in
Don't
the
play
street.
it, though, because we can't. I already
No,
got
we'll
a
play it. We
strike.
just won't put the volume on.
Okay, I was going to say, I already got a fucking strike. Oh, the silent music video. Great.
Wait, you got a strike?
No, we didn't. Yeah, it's unlisted. It's not a strike.
What
but
did we do?
We, from the fucking live video, the Earth, Wind, and Fire got us. Like, they don't have enough money.
I mean, you could just re-release it, cut it out,
I know.
All right, I'm going to wait to reveal this until it really heats
All
up.
right, so imagine. No, put it on. Imagine. They have you at gunpoint.
And you got to do this.
It's just me and you. They're like, what the fuck, dude?
Here, let's find where it gets real weird.
Yeah, get me some. Oh, yeah, get them.
This is the...
The kidnappers.
Just me and you.
Yeah, me and you. Oh, dude, we're deaf. You're like in health class. They're like, what does cocaine do to you? This is absolutely what coke. Look at their noses.
Yeah.
Flare it out. Oh, my God.
We could do the Fat Boy Slim.
Oh,
the Christopher
I thought
Walken.
that's what I said, too. I said that was my answer was Maniac or do Fat Boy Slim and completely do the entire Christopher Walken's dance.
Yeah.
You're getting out for sure. Yeah, my manager
What
said,
about
quit asking table set.
Hold up. I got a good one.
Because people really look at you like you're about to go on a real left turn when you're like, what would
Yeah.
you do for your freedom?
Yeah.
Everybody's like,
What about Crank That Soldier Boy? Do that. Bring it back to high school.
It completely depends on the age of your captors.
That does,
Because
yeah.
if they're young boys, they're going to shoot you.
They're gonna shoot
like,
you.
that
They're
is
gonna be
the
like, what?
lamest shit ever. Yo!
That-
It's like,
That, I mean, maybe the most regrettable period of my life was the short period where I was like, this is cool as fuck, dude.
Yeah. The lean with it, rock with it. Two-step.
Dude, I want to shoot.
Two-step. I've two-stepped in public too many times. That's embarrassing.
I hate it.
It's a dark part of my life. It's like Dune. I try not to look at those valleys.
Yeah,
dude.
you don't want to see those dark valleys.
You know what you see looking back at you? Me with a Falcons hat backwards and a goatee. Just like that's what I see in the abyss, dude. It's rapping at myself. I'm like,
Yeah.
stop. I ran wet t-shirt contest. I did it was a party promoter.
Whoa.
Yeah, I did party promotions. I did the wet t-shirt contest because the guy who ran the bar would not let it go. and like wanted to do it, and I was like, I just don't think this is.
But
like,
you were running it?
yeah,
Dude,
and
the
like had an
road-
out of body experience like halfway through it. I'm like, I don't want to do this. Like this is so bad.
That would be a funny sketch. The guy who's not enthusiastic about running the wet T-shirt
Dude,
contest.
it was crazy. It was like I was up there with the DJ, just like I don't like this.
I don't. This is.
Then we did they did a sexy Santa thing, like Santa's Little Helper on like December, and then our friend showed up dressed as Cindy Lou Who with the hair and just completely not a slut. She just wore like
just
a,
like as a
yeah,
like a little
and she
girl.
won, and all the girls that were in like nothing. Were
Yeah.
I was like, don't you feel like an idiot?
She's like, what I'm wearing doesn't qualify as clothes, but
Yeah. it was like 40 degrees outside.
that is fun.
That was a guy that burnt his bar down to get insurance money.
Oh, did he got caught?
I got drugged at that place. Yeah, it was a nightmare.
He got caught though.
I don't think he ever did. I think
Well-
it just caught on fire, and everybody was like, if you met the guy and it's
You'd
like
be
the
like,
place
oh.
caught on fire, you're like,
Everybody just made the assumption.
yeah. Come
And
on.
you're like,
Yeah. What happened? Little Jewish lightning.
oh, you can't say that. You can't. Strike two.
That's in,
Oh,
That's in
no.
The Bear, where he's like, what? They're like, you can't say that. He's like, why?
I haven't seen The Bear, but
Oh, it's
you
so
definitely
funny.
can't say that.
Whatever. It's a saying. I didn't come up with it.
If you were introduced to it in a show saying that you can't say that,
I don't think that's that bad of a saying, though. I think that's funny.
dude, it's pretty tough. It's like
Did
saying
you laugh?
It's like saying
Did you
black
laugh? That should
people
be
like
the
to
trial.
steal.
That's like at the trial. They're like, but did you laugh? You're like, God damn it.
Keegan, it's basically the Jewish version of saying
No,
black
no.
people steal.
No.
That's basically what
No,
you
no,
just
no.
did.
No.
Yeah. Jewish people commit insurance fraud. Black people steal. That's how it is, right? That's how
You're
you see
putting
the
those
world.
words into your own mouth.
No, that's what I heard you say.
I don't think so. Can I have this?
Yeah.
Okay. No. Whatever. You laugh. Okay.
I
so
did. I
neither
wish
here nor
I
there.
shouldn't have laughed.
This guy was not Jewish. He was far from being Jewish.
I'm picturing like either
But Mary was
Italian or
sort of-
Irish. Maybe Greek.
We're getting closer. Are you getting closer? He was one of those people where you met him and he was so charismatic, but the whole time you'd walk away like,
He's
really
trying to do
tricking
something
me.
weird,
Like
yeah.
there's some angle. He's one of those people that always had an angle. You're like, what
Yeah.
is this? How does this benefit you?
Yeah.
What is going on? Yeah, but looking into the abyss and seeing yourself and or that's why I was so glad I wasn't really online like that. I would have TikToked my ass off. There would be so many fucking
That would
dances.
yeah.
Tragic, dude.
It really is tragic that all of those kids in another like 10 to 15 years are going to look back and be like, oh no.
Because I see some of them where I can't even watch them. I'm like, my cousin posts that shit.
I don't
want
want to watch them.
He posts the cringiest TikToks all the time. I'm like, quit posting this.
My reels is dogs and death. Although I have phased out the death a little bit more, fortunately, because it started getting pretty sad.
I'm a sucker for butts.
Butts.
Yeah,
You
they
got-
know I'll click a nice ass, dude, quick. I didn't know that if you hover click, I thought I was beating the algorithm.
I get no butts.
No butts?
Yeah. I have the most asexual algorithm, I think.
Yeah.
Like the most is they'll try and show me like autistic girls pretending that they're not trying to be hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that annoys me because their voices are always horrible.
Horrible.
Dude, the worst.
There's a scary avenues of the internet
Yeah.
that aren't even like sinister, but you're just like, wow, somebody is wasting hours of their day on this.
Dude, magnet fishing. Have you seen that?
Obviously, I smoke weed and have been on
That's
YouTube.
true, yeah.
That's eventually you're gonna get some magnet fishing.
Yours are yours are
Eventually.
I like that yours are all hand pans now, I bet. You get a lot of
Handpans
those.
and horrific animal videos because I
Yeah,
follow Nature is
I
Metal.
get the animal ones too.
Dude, that's some scary shit.
Animals.
I saw one with this guy laughing, and it was a bear, and he was like, couldn't get his fucking four-wheeler going. And then as he's driving away, he's like cackling, and it's the biggest grizzly bear chasing him. And I was like, that's a crazy person.
Have you seen the bear falling off a cliff? Hilarious.
That was me taking
I-
the couch down the fucking thing. Literally, I was at such an angle, dude. I was afraid I was gonna get the trailer hitch stuck because we did that one time with cabinets. We fucking pulled down this driveway and it was too steep, and I'm talking about took out a chunk of their driveway.
Fuck.
And this guy, because we looked at the guy and we're like, we're stuck. Like, it is what it is. We're gonna have to really get it. And we just fucked this U-Haul up too.
Bro, one time at the brewery, it was a hot day, and part of the driveway was asphalt. We were getting a grain delivery, which is, a pallet of sacks of grain. Super heavy. We got one of those, like, motorized pallet jacks.
Yeah, those things are awesome.
So, rolls that thing, pulls it off the truck, and then signs the paperwork. Truck driver drives away, and then he gets on the thing. It's so heavy that the front wheels that don't have any power have sunken into the asphalt. And we had to get a truck to pull our pallet jack out of there.
That sucks so bad, dude.
And then it's crazy. Later in the summer, we accidentally made bread in there. Because so you make so you have like your old grain, right? You have your old grain, you put that out in bins outside. Some water comes out of it or some fluid that has, some grain dust in there. Some of it starts to gather in those little indentations.
Ugh.
And then when it gets hot, it starts to bake.
Anybody eat it?
No. We just looked at it and we're like, there was like a little piece of like something like weird
mold.
Colored there. Like a weird like colored lump there. And we like kicked it
your,
over. We're like, that's fucking, I think that's bread.
That would change your biome in your stomach forever.
Yeah, and by forever, we mean the remaining 3 days of your life.
To you is forever.
That mostly are going to be in the hospital, I think.
So I was thinking about this the other day. You know what we need to come up with?
What?
It needs to be like a misconnections, but for servers. Where we can be like, hey, if you ate at the restaurant last night, blank restaurant, at 7:30, you and your kids were the fucking worst. Just so you know.
Yeah, you could do that.
Like a misconnection on, you're atrocious.
But how long before that's for hookups?
I mean, that's everything. If you didn't do that, then you wouldn't have the internet. You know what I mean?
That's
if you
true.
tried to safe-proof the internet from somebody trying to get horny on something.
Bro, it would. How long before it's just servers trying to hit on people that they served?
First day.
First day.
First hour. Misconnection. You were so hot.
Yeah.
I was a bartender.
Sat at table 14.
No, I saw this people last night. Me and
I
Christina
saw you
were out.
arguing with your boyfriend.
Yeah. I'll come save you by doing the exact same thing. I'll come punch holes in your wall.
Just a website of white knights.
No, we watched this table. Dude, first off, the kids were so loud, and they're like 14, 15, but they have terrible parents. The mom is a drunk piece of shit, so it's like they have no oversight. So they're like screaming, and they're arguing with mom's boyfriend over the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight.
Who's the boy? The boyfriend's on Mike Tyson, I'm guessing.
Spoiler alert. And plot twist. The kid was on Mike Tyson's side.
Whoa.
The dad was such a fucking loser piece of shit. He was thinking Jake Paul. The kid's like, I
Here's
don't give
the
a
thing,
shit. He's
though.
like, Mike
Realistically,
Tyson's going to kill him.
Realistically though, I mean Mike Tyson, he is so old. The age difference, I think, is really it's the thing.
In the 30 minutes that they were there while we were eating, they spilt 3 drinks. And did not clean up. They had a wet floor sign when we walked in. So they had already spilled a drink. Kid spills a drink. Lady's so drunk when the guy gets up to go like do the thing, she knocks over and the kid's like trying to mop it up. She's like, that's tequila. That's tequila. So we're just sitting there and these people are screaming in the restaurant. And I was like, who's driving these kids home? Like these 2 adults are hammered. Like hammered. Like to the point to where you're like looking around like, should I say something?
Maybe.
But I was like, you should be able to rate those people 1 star.
You should have roadhouse.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think there was a throat tear out.
What?
Oh no, he did kill a guy by punching him in the throat though. He just like snapped his trachea. Just was like, you're not.
That's the
he just punched him in the throat and he's like, you're not gonna be able to breathe anymore. It was crazy.
Damn, dude, you got to tear it out, though. That was the highlight.
Yeah.
I saw Roadhouse in a theater in Savannah, like an old theater, and when Dude, every like highlight of that, like people were standing up, like woo, like hooping and hollering like a sporting event. It was awesome.
Didn't see the original Roadhouse until like 6 months ago.
It's so bad.
It's not a good. The first half of it is unwatchable.
That's why you have to watch it in a theater like that.
And the second half is okay at best.
So they had a happy half hour at this theater in Savannah. And when you got there, it was $2 tall boys, $1 popcorn, $1 candy. And it was to get everybody in the theater for the movie.
That's a good move.
Dude, yeah. But there was occasionally where it backfired. Big Lebowski.
That'll backfire hard.
12 o'clock.
Dude,
Evil
everybody
Dead
gets
2.
the spins.
12 o'clock Evil Dead 2 on like
Dead
midnight.
2
It was like a
problem.
midnight showing. I forget what was before it, but it was a midnight showing like the night before Halloween.
Evil Dead 2 is the best one.
Dog, when she does the dance with her head, people were running down the aisles, just losing their minds.
Oh, I bet
All you saw was clouds.
It's so fun, though.
They're like, no smoking. And people are like, it's a vape.
Sure it is.
Like, smells like mothballs.
Oh, fuck. Not during Evil Dead.
Oh,
Bro, imagine
God.
coming back and seeing just
That's a core memory.
like the laughing scene.
That's a core memory, right?
Bro.
That's a psychedelic core memory.
Bro, the scene where everything in the house is laughing with him.
Oh, my God.
You just come back and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Evil Dead. I love those movies.
Kill Bill 1 and 2 was fun, too. They did them back to back. That was
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
You know what they did at the Lucas was they also had, for like big events, they did valet parking for your bike. So you could pull up on your bike and not worry. They had all these like temporary things that they put out, and you could just park it and they give you a ticket. Came back and got your bike and make
Okay.
sure it didn't get stolen.
Nice.
It's awesome. They gave you a little free
Yeah,
light.
because Savannah's like a big bike town.
Yeah, and getting your bike stolen is the fucking worst, dude. They stole my seat one time, and I had a shitty seat. I was like, who needed a seat?
Somebody was collecting a bike piece by piece.
Yeah, that's or they're just like, ride home on this dildo.
Yeah. Well, because you got to think, if you can probably get a front wheel off one bike, a back wheel off another bike.
That's true.
You
It's
know,
like they're building the
one of
$1 million
them,
man.
one of them where they just have the like the wheels locked in. You take the whole frame off that one, leave the seat.
That's a bad day when you,
You
come
know.
out and your whole bike's just
What's the worst single part of a bike to be missing?
the bike, and then they just leave your wheel that you locked it.
I think
They just take the entire bike and just leave that wheel.
here's what I think is would be the most annoying: one pedal. Because here's the thing: you can't ride it.
No, you have to walk it home. That's the
Yeah.
walk of shame. Dude, I fell so many times on my bike in Savannah. I was
Wipe it out.
Dude, one time I wiped out so hard. I was trying to hurry, and it was like leaves on the ground, and I wiped out in front of the Pink House, which is like a really fancy restaurant, and I wiped out so hard.
It sounds like a brothel.
I think it used to be. It's like an old, like, historic building, but dude,
Bro.
I slammed so hard in front of like 40 people waiting to get in, all in like shirts and ties. So hard that when I slammed, I immediately was like, "Ugh," doing that thing, and the dude was like,
Was
"Let me
this-
help you?" And I was just so embarrassed. I was like crawling.
Was this was this backwards Falcons hat and goatee Keegan too?
No, this was fat drunk Keegan in Savannah. Just slams just so hard. They're like, oh, this poor fat kid. Yeah. Like literally cars were like going around me. I was like, oh God. Just like where you can't even get up. You're like, nope, that one hurt.
Get a car, pussy.
That's where you have to do the walk home, where you just are walking with your bike.
Because there's nothing worse than having a car and having to deal with these poors on their bikes.
These poor people with DUIs.
I hate it, dude. I hate it.
No, there's a difference between a guy in cargo shorts on a bike and a dude in a complete like Speedo outfit.
Yeah, that guy's a big problem. That guy really causing a ruckus at the PTA meetings.
Yeah, that guy is the guy that goes in the middle lane. He doesn't even let cars go around.
Yeah. That guy runs his HOA.
Yeah. He's got the hand signals. It's like nobody knows what that means.
His
dude.
whole
Just
job is
point.
to put that on and ride around the HOA and write tickets.
Dude, HOA is crazy.
It's crazy that they just like make these arbitrary decisions, you know?
About giant things in your house. Like
yeah.
they made a guy in my
Like the
parents'
color
neighborhood.
that your roof can be.
He had to change his roof. They petitioned it as the neighborhood. Like he had to get his roof done. Nothing was wrong with it. Could you imagine?
Wait, so I would want to know the list of every neighbor who signed that petition and be like, all right,
Like
motherfuckers.
a communist man. You're just at people's
All
door.
right, motherfuckers. Because here's the thing, I'm a rule follower, which means that if I'm slighted by the rules, then I'm going to use the rules against you
Yeah.
because I'm good at that.
I'm showing up with a clipboard and a fucking
Yup.
tape measure.
Yup. Hey, your fence goes a quarter inch over
yeah.
into this neighbor
'Cause
yard. I'm
nobody's
going to
clean.
need you to take this entire side of the fence and move it a quarter inch to the
Because
left.
nobody's clean. Everybody's got
Everybody's
some
got
sort
some
of
dirt.
infraction.
And if you want to start nitpicking other people, then I'm going to start nitpicking you.
Yeah.
Because
See, I was
that
just
brings
going the
me
other
joy.
way.
Watching the dejection in your face as you realize that I'm just doing what you've done to me. That's really is what I live on.
You just
To
show up
me-
like, I'm going to turn the HOA into a Jerry Springer, bro.
That's what I do instead of sex. Is I ruin people.
Yeah, joke's on you. I got a lot of time to read, bro.
My dream situation is basically giving somebody a movie arc where they're the dickhead, and then through an ironic twist, somebody throws what they've been doing back in their face. I'm very into doing that.
Yeah. I like to
love
see people skirt the rules, like where they get away with like doing something crazy to their neighbors or like building a fence in some sort of ridiculous fashion
Yeah.
to get back at them.
Oh,
I
would
do
be
like that.
I'd be doing that for sure. Do you have an HOA in the place
No,
you're?
thank God.
Oh, good for
No,
you.
thank God. I don't think we would get. We also have lawn service, which is nice.
Oh, that is nice.
But that terrified banjo today. Holy shit. They showed up with weed eaters. It was fucking D-Day. My man was sitting in the bathtub just like, ah, ah. It was scary for him, man. He lost it.
Yeah,
He
I
probably
bet.
aged 7 years. 7 little cat years. He lost a life for sure to stress.
Yeah, he got a whole cancer.
He is not a good traveling cat either. Put him in a fucking to-go carrier and he screams the whole
By
time.
the way, don't call it a to-go carrier. That sounds like you're in Korea.
No, I just have like a little, like one of those little things you do pizzas in.
Yeah.
Like, why is he in an Uber Eats bag?
I was going to say like a little styrofoam box. You got him folded up in there.
It looks like, dude, my friend said that she was driving
Got a
her
couple
cat.
fries on the side for him.
She said she was driving her cat and she had one of those like, it's basically like a box, like a cardboard box.
A crate. Oh, yeah, it's a
like
crate.
like a portable one. She said as she's driving, he just curls up next to her. She's like, what the fuck? He had eaten his way out of it. Just sheer terror, dude.
Yeah, because you can't have a loose cat in a car
No.
that you're driving.
I've only done it once. I tried to get Banjo in the car to see if he would ride with me. Dude, I almost got into a head-on collision in
Yeah.
the neighborhood. He was on the front of the dashboard just running back and forth. I was like, ah! Just driving through the neighborhood, like taking out trash cans. We got a loose animal.
You cannot have the windows down.
No.
Because dude, get it going 80. That's how you get rid of a cat. If you
Yeah,
need to
quick.
get going
I
85.
think that's how they do it in the country.
Yeah.
They just,
Well, usually that involves a bag in a river.
Jesus. Imagine kayaking and finding that. A bag of angry wet cats.
No, they're dead. Because that's the whole thing with the bag is they can't swim and they can't get out of it.
Oh, okay.
So it
That's horrific.
Yeah.
Jesus. That brings
Nah,
us
you
down a
never-
notch. Wow,
bag
dude.
of cats. That's farm shit. Because
Yeah.
if you have a farm and you have a couple cats, you have to call the population from time to time because otherwise you will have 1,000 cats.
That's like those pigs in Texas. Have you seen that? Where they
Yeah.
just fly in
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Dude, how crazy is that? They fly in a helicopter.
How much fun would that be?
And they put a barrel of food out, and then you just
Yeah.
come down like fucking John Wick, dude. Just, I mean,
like Full Metal Jacket.
yeah, Full Metal Jacket, dude. Like that scene in Matrix where you come down with the helicopter, just. You should be able to chain gun them.
That would be the funnest.
That would be.
I think the biggest issue is that chain gun permits are difficult to get even in Texas. I think that's the main
Somebody
problem.
has one.
Somebody has one for
And
sure.
you know what? They have a helicopter. Whoever has it has a
Yeah,
helicopter for
maybe.
sure. Texas is a crazy place.
If I am, while I'm in Texas, under any circumstance, offered the chance to shoot pigs in a helicopter, I will absolutely go do that.
Please do. For the sake of the podcast, just for something to talk about.
I don't fuck the podcast. That sounds fun.
That's so fun. Well, that's where you come up with content. Is living a fun life.
Just shooting pigs, dude.
Yeah, that's a scary part in your comedy.
Do you know how
journey.
much bacon I produced today?
Do they eat them?
Probably not.
No, they're probably
From what
feral.
I've heard from everybody except for Ro Jogan, is that they don't taste good. Like when they go feral, they're not fatty.
There's just a certain like taste of hate in them.
Yeah. Well, I think that they lose a lot of the fat and they get muscly.
Are they technically warthogs at that point?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I think a warthog's a different animal.
Completely?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. That would be fun to shoot them. I mean, I would feel bad though. Like maybe that would be a sad ride home.
Common warthogs are a species of wild
That's
pig.
why I was wondering.
Yeah, so they have this weird fucking face.
Yeah, the Lion King face.
Yeah. But a
I'm
regular
just a young warthog.
Nah, dude, I would. Because here's the
Imagine
thing,
that,
like,
the Timon and Pumbaa and a fucking helicopter
Yeah.
just comes down.
like boars used to get killed by or boars used to kill kings, like way back. Like
And in Game of Thrones.
there are powerful men who have died from boars, and now random rednecks can murder them from helicopters. I'd call that progress. Yeah,
That's progress in the purest sense.
Humanity has come a long way. We've conquered nature. We've made it our
Slowly
bitch.
but surely.
I mean, technically, yes, an asteroid could wipe us all out,
Yeah.
but
That's a dark deep dive when you really start going into that that internet hole.
I don't hate it because it'd be so quick, you know?
Yeah.
It'd be like, actually, it depends if you're near. If it hits North America, it's quick. If it hits, say, Russia, it's going to take a while because then you're dealing with like, okay, now the atmosphere is gone, and I got to deal with whatever results of like no more plants. That is, you know,
Yeah.
literally can't grow food.
Mad Max, Fury Road.
Yeah.
All of a sudden quick. I think people
Not
would
into-
find out quick they have zero skills. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Maybe the Boy Scouts wasn't lame.
I need to find a warlord fast
yeah.
if that happens because that's the only way I'm going to
You're
survive.
like, guys, I
is
got
to
a
go
killer
in-
dance.
Go into service for a
You're like, dude, I got a killer routine. Cue up the speakers.
Nah, dude, I'm going to make fucking moonshine.
Yeah, you got to have a talent.
That's
at
what
the
I'm
end of the
I'm
world.
going to make moonshine for a warlord, and then that guy hopefully will give me some food sometimes and not fuck me too often.
Yeah.
You know? That's the hope.
Yeah,
That's
like the same hope
basically-
in Hollywood. You're like,
And
I just
honestly-
hope this guy feeds me and doesn't fuck me too often.
And honestly,
Hey, man, the craft services table has been amazing.
I heard that they call him craft service because the first guy that ever did it was Robert Kraft.
I've decided to start doing that. I'm like when I go on podcasts, just have things that sound very like officially as fact. Like ones
Just
that
make
don't-
it up.
Yeah, ones that don't have producers.
No, I love doing that. I love making up just silly stuff. It's called joking, Keegan.
I like that you have told people, this is my favorite thing you told me the last couple of days, is when people bring up a topic that you don't like.
I'll just be like, I'm not interested in this conversation, and I'll just leave the conversation.
That's a power move to just go, no, I'm not interested in that, and then walk away.
Yep.
Just how many people have you left just like,
in El Paso, there was a thing I was known for doing at like open mics and parties. Is there would be multiple circles of comics talking, and I would walk into one, and if I just didn't have anything to say on that topic, I would just walk in, hang out for like a minute, and then just walk away from the circle.
I feel like I do that when I eat mushrooms.
I do.
And I'm at a social setting. I'll just walk up and just watch. The
Nah, dude, I just
conversation.
live that way. I just live that. Yeah, and if I don't, but if I can't contribute at all, like if I'm like I don't know anything about anime, I'll just go to the other conversation and see what they're talking about.
I don't know either of the people they're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
I find myself now feeling like that around the young people at work. Like I'll be
Yeah.
standing there and they'll be talking at the service thing, and I'm like,
Yeah, and
I don't know what they've been talking about.
And what are you gonna
for-
do? Are you gonna say something? No, you're just gonna leave.
Yeah,
I
you
had
can't be that old.
so
guy.
specifically, I had to say that I did the power move recently. Normally, I just walk away, but I did have to. I tried to power move it, and they didn't let me.
Oh, they refused to break up.
So I was at a table at Smith's, one of the booths outside, and I was on the inside because I had been there the longest. But somebody had sat me in, and they start talking about, we'll go ahead and say it, the Nickelodeon documentary, which seems to be the only thing anybody fucking wants to talk about.
Hey.
But, like, I don't know, man. My mind runs, I would say, relatively sad generally.
Yeah.
So, like, if we're talking about fucked up shit all the time, every conversation, it starts to affect my mood negatively. So, like, this conversation just goes to that, and they seem like they're all really into, like, we're really going to sit down and figure this thing out, because there's so much to figure. It's just bad information you're meditating on.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't really want to talk about this. Can you let me out? And then they were like, wait, what? And then they just kind of like slowly changed the topic, trying to be like, but then I don't know. And then I had to pee, and I'm like, they're probably not going to let me out for this either. Like, I need another beer. These people are holding me hostage.
You should have just slid underneath the booth like a child, just and crawled out, dude.
That would have been the funniest move.
That would just slowly start to slide down in your booth.
Yeah. So I got kidnapped.
Yeah, nobody's talking about that, huh? That's crazy. I did bring up the Nickelodeon documentary on the Amy Brown podcast. But they hit me. I had just finished it.
Yeah,
I thought they were baiting me because the guy goes, would you ever, I was telling him about the kids having twins. And he goes, would you ever let your girls get into entertainment? And before I could stop myself, I was like, no, absolutely not.
No, never.
Nickelodeon.
Never, ever.
Nick at Night. Like,
and they want twins, those freaks.
Oh, yeah. Fucking creeps, dude.
You could if you wanted to.
Dude,
I bet it'd be very
talk
easy.
about what nobody talks about is what those parents were getting. What was that check like? Nobody talks about that. What about Drake Bell's mom?
It's pretty sad.
Pretty terrible. Pretty terrible.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I like that you just have started saying no.
Yeah, I just don't. I watched it. I know the story. What else is there? You're not going to add some groundbreaking level to this story that everybody knows. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you on it. Sometimes it's like I'll watch that shit and then you like go to lay down for bed and you're like, why did I fucking do that?
Yeah.
You got to have a palate cleanser.
You gotta watch. Yeah, watch something silly like Roadhouse.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it now. I'm gonna have to get so
by the
high.
way, Connor, I know why he's not fighting. I think he's into the roids, dog.
Oh,
he
yeah?
is
Huge.
big. Hold on here.
Dude, maybe we should get into roids for the podcast. Let's just get roided up for no reason.
Get jacked?
Yeah, for no reason.
Bro, look at this fucking
Dude,
guy.
all right, yeah. Okay.
Connor,
Show that on the screen.
Roided
Jesus Christ,
up.
dude, he looks like God of War.
Yeah, yeah.
He looks like the dude from God of War.
He's not fighting because he can't fight
His
right
piss
now.
would burn through a cup. It would melt a fucking cup, dude. As soon as he peed, they would just be pulling up. It'd just be oozing out the bottom.
Yeah, dude. I mean, his hat size has got to be getting to the limit soon. You know?
Yeah, he has to special order new arrows. That's embarrassing.
The tiniest balls.
Yeah. When you have a big head, though, that is embarrassing. Hat shopping is a nightmare.
Did you ever see the...
7.58s. They're like, what?
Yeah. The Army,
go to the back.
It's funny in the military, you know your hat size because you have to have a hat. They're not adjustable.
Oh,
you have
so
to have your hat. So you have to
figured it
know
was-
your hat size so that you get the right one that doesn't
What was yours?
hurt your head. I was... I don't even remember what the numbers are.
Do you still have your outfit? You still have your uniform? Not outfit. You still have that cute little outfit?
I was gonna like just get rid of them, but my mom kept them.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to keep them. Yeah.
Nah, I don't care. No, I don't remember. What is an average hat size? I don't remember where the first.
I don't know,
starts.
but I know that we had a
like
friend.
is 7 big?
Dude, we had a friend one time, and he had the biggest fucking head.
I think I was like 7 and 5/8 or something.
He said his hat size, and we laughed. I don't remember. It was so big that like me and Lil John laughed uncontrollably. Like it. He was so angry. He was just like, "Fuck you guys."
Okay.
It was like 7 and like 7/8. Maybe.
I think I was a 7 and 5/8.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's extra large.
Yeah.
But this guy was extra
Yeah,
large.
it was something so big that me and Lil John laughed in his face, just high, like not expect.
Where do you fall on the hat chart?
I'm not that big. I don't know. I'm like 7 and I think a fourth, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to try it on.
Bottom of large.
Yeah, I'm not big on the fitted hat.
I need a big hat now because I have a lot of
hair. Yeah.
I do the snap ones.
Oh, I thought you were saying like I do the ponytails.
I should one day.
Oh,
I am. My plan is, by the way, when I'm in Texas, I'm going to get some sort of a silly cowboy outfit to wear when I get back.
Okay. So when are you going to? You're going to Texas this week?
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Yeah. You got to clean the apartment out, dude.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I was doing before. I finished the kitchen. Kitchen's nice and clean.
That's rough. Have you ever done that? Come home from fucking.
It sucks. Yeah.
Dude. I do it all the time when I go to Florida.
Yeah. Sometimes I have to leave it with a day's notice where it's like, hey, you have to be across the country in 3 days from now.
It's so stressful.
It's like 4 p.m. It's 3 days from now. You got to be over there. And it's just like, I'll clean as much as I can.
Yeah. It is the worst to open that door and that fucking garbage smell. Because that's hard to get out. You could throw the garbage away.
Takes a little while.
That smell's still hanging. It's still squatting.
Takes like a week.
You got squatters' rights on the smells. Which is after this move, I think I'm invoking squatters' rights.
Yeah, you're going to stay forever?
Yeah. When the lease comes up, fuck them. Just me and the kids live here now. Forever.
What, are you going to kick out kids?
Yeah, dude. For probably landlords are grimy. They are fucking predators, dude.
Yeah, especially most of it is BlackRock now.
Which, how can that be legal? Like, how are we allowing that to be legal? Like, no one can foresee that that's a problem.
Who do you think is paying these politicians to make the laws?
Dude, we got to get RFK Jr. to tell somebody else stuff because, he's got good points, but nobody can get past that voice. He's got to, whisper into somebody's ear.
I don't know, man. It's such the system is built to be so fucked to benefit, the baby boomers effectively that it's like there's no pleasant way out. The best way out is the Greater Depression.
Yeah. Sad as it is, yeah.
That's the nice way. That's the best way we can go.
I'm taking your lesson into the election cycle. As soon as somebody brings it up, I'm gonna say I do not feel like talking about this.
Yep.
Exit. Some guy the other day at the restaurant.
I've been doing that with politics for a couple years.
Yeah, he pulled it on me I'm so busy, right? I walk up to the table. We do a birthday special where we get to see your ID. And I'm like, can I see your ID? And the dude just starts going to this whole it's crazy. You got to see my ID at the restaurant, but not to vote. I'm like, all right, bro. I got 5 other tables. Will you can it?
It's crazy that you think voting matters.
Yeah,
even a little bit.
It's crazy.
Just even a little bit.
Yeah. It's crazy that you think this matters. Have you not seen the Nickelodeon documentary, The Monsters? Dude?
It's so useless, man.
I just hit him with the Epstein Island.
And then there's Diddy, who was basically the musical side of Epstein Island.
Diddler, dude. And let me tell you, when allegations come and you try to flee the country, that's never good.
Not a good sign.
No. It's just going on vacation. It's written right here on my calendar.
I hate how much it's gross because I got into conspiracies probably around 2016-ish, 2015.
Okay.
And a lot of that at the end of the road, it goes 2 places, usually both places, and it's usually the cutoff point where you're like, oh, the CIA has gotten into this one.
Yeah.
Which is everybody, they're all pedophiles.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Jews.
Yeah.
And once you hit that point, it's usually you're like, oh, I hit the end of it. I hit the part where this becomes unreasonable.
Yeah. I always like to watch a YouTube video and you're like, then they hit that point and you're like, and there's the schizophrenia.
And I'm done.
Somebody's having a schizophrenic break.
That's why I like Bill Cooper, because he's one of the few conspiracy theorists.
Bill Cooper's cool.
And honestly, I don't hate his opinion of why the Jews are such a target for this. He thinks that the people who are actually doing all this shit basically use the Jews as a scapegoat. They
Oh,
put
for sure.
like they're like, we're gonna make people think they run the media by promoting a lot of them in the
it's,
media.
It's a feint and
We're
a feint
gonna
and
make
a feint.
them.
Yeah. Somebody's sitting in a room with like a Baphomet
Yeah.
head behind them playing
Yeah.
real chess, having a hootenanny of a time.
Pretty rough.
They probably love it, dude. Could you imagine the watch parties?
The watch,
Yeah, dude.
dude.
Like,
Those election parties are probably the
bro,
best.
when they orchestrate all of the chaos and the pageantry, they're probably like, look at what we've done.
Yeah,
It's pretty. I mean, they're pretty good at it. They're controlling millions of people, like hundreds of millions of people. It's pretty impressive.
The Western world, effectively.
It's pretty insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listen to my friend sends me all these crazy conspiracies, and I like it because it's like he sends me everything. Just like this is what's on the radar of conspiracies, just so you can read it and be like, that's insane. But I was reading the one of how all the celebrities have the black eye, and they're talking about that they have this thing that's like a Virgil. It's like it's like a reptilian thing that they inject into people through their eye, and that's like how they control their mind. And it's like a parasitic conspiracy. And that's why all the celebrities had that picture of the black eye. And then it was like, this is the eye of Horus. That thing coming down from the eye of Horus is actually the Virgil coming in. And I was like, hey, man.
I hope not.
Somebody needs to tell you to go. Because it's, even if that is the case, how does that change my day to day? I still have to pay rent. like I still, hey, I figured out how to move my guy in session. You know, that's what's important to me right now.
That's why I had to stop getting into conspiracy theories.
Yeah, what does it matter?
Because I got into it and it started stressing me out.
Hey, you know where I'm never going to go? Antarctica.
That's true.
Fuck it.
I'd rather
there's
not.
Giant spiders running around in the snow, I don't give a fuck.
Bro, I moved away from Minnesota because it's too cold. I'm not going
But
far.
How does Antarctica change my day-to-day life, you know? But hey, I never believed in Hollow Earth until they put it in King Kong. Now I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that really
wait a
sold
minute.
me sold
wait a
that idea
minute.
for
They
me,
might be throwing it in our face.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. It's in King Kong. You're like, wait a minute.
It's Hollow Earth is hilarious. Hollow Moon is funnier.
The best.
Do you know Hollow Moon?
I try not to get too far. You have to have like safety nets on this shit.
Yeah.
If you hit it back to back, dude, you end up standing in Nancy Pelosi's office taking a selfie. You're like, wait a minute, what has happened?
What did I do?
Yeah, I'm being controlled.
Did I ever tell you I had that like come to Jesus moment with conspiracies where like
what was yours?
Because like I had the foresight to be like, this stuff gets pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was kind of starting to get into it, I was like, okay, this is something I know is an immutable fact about the world. Okay. Right. If I hit this and I question it, you know, just remember this moment where you were like, if you hit this and you question it, you've gone too far. It's time to turn around.
Breadcrumbs behind you as you wander into the catacomb.
Do you want to guess about that? What that theory was? Which one?
Which one? Just tell me.
Flat Earth.
Yeah.
Yep. I was like, I know the Earth is not flat. I have been to other countries. I've traveled enough to know.
Yeah.
The Earth is not is a round thing. And then one day somebody said something that made sense in my head, and I was like,
I'm turning
wait,
around.
but what if? And then like, I started thinking about it, and 10 seconds later, I was like, oh, this was the one that I told myself if I questioned it, I was gonna turn around, and I did.
Yeah. You gotta
so now I only believe
net.
the reasonable stuff, like they're all pedophiles.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Here's the thing.
Very.
The reason I don't want to talk about it is because I know it's true, and I don't need the details.
Right. There is something that's happened recently, and I think it's not to get into like a boomer thing of like it's technology, but I think it really is. I think people have gotten addicted to just trauma porn, and they just doomsday scroll all day, and that is hitting a certain part of your brain that is activating it.
If you hit it a lot, I think it makes you think a little darker.
Yeah. It's not good. It's not good I don't think we're built to be absorbing this much information all at once, all the time.
Nope.
No, not at all.
Probably
I think
not.
we're meant to be like wandering around the forest, picking up mushrooms.
Playing hand pans.
Yeah, dude. Oh, that's what I'm programmed for. I'm like, hey, have you ever had a garden? You just walking around a garden, you're like, maybe I should be a farmer.
I don't I had bad gardening experience as a child. where my mom had a garden, which means that she had
Child labor.
5 children to go in there and weed the garden, hands and knees in like not a small garden, like a garden roughly the size of this entire house. And we're just out there 3 days a week.
I get it. Yeah.
Hands and knees.
I would be done.
Yeah. So I'm not interested in gardening because I hate it.
Because I hate it. I like it. I like getting out there. I don't know. I don't want the girls to just pacify them with technology. So I'm having this real weird thing because it's like it's very
Get them into
mind-blowing.
gardening.
Well, it's very mind-blowing to think like, dude, I can't even think when they're 10 years old, what the fuck is going to be going on with technology?
You got to get them on that life where it's like their 10th birthday present is like a sourdough starter,
Bro, we might
Just
be
like,
Amish.
Be like, I started this sourdough when you were born.
We might be Amish.
This starter is as old as you. It's your responsibility now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how much you know about barns, though? That's the real hurdle.
Really, I was telling somebody, I was like, dude, I might be Amish, just not any of the religious shit. They're like, I think that's just a farmer. Like,
Bro,
I think
plus, the lady gets real good at churning butter, man. That's going to spice things up a little bit.
Bro, that forearm power, dude, that churning butter hand job, yowzer, dude. that's turning your beard up, bro. That's fucking, I'd have blast your hair back, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Just got them cranking, dude. Because, when you're churning butter, I never thought about that, bro.
How have you never thought about that? They're almost identical motions.
After a while, you would have to get good at that because you're like, I got 13 kids.
Yeah.
I cannot get
Honestly-
pregnant again. I got to churn this guy out.
I might get into recreational butter churning just so that I can improve myself.
They're like, Trent hasn't left the barn in 3 days. Dude, it's probably a good lube too. Get you a scoop of butter. I'm churning butter.
Fresh
in here.
butter.
Oh, dude, I never thought about it. You just stick your dick in it. Because nature is a lubricant, bro. Coconut oil.
Nature is a lubricant.
Coconut oil.
Okay, hold on.
Hot. Once you get that coconut oil hot, boy, it's a slip and slide party.
So
you about to ruin some sheets with that.
you can
coconut
say
oil.
that there's like good natural lubricants, but nature is lubricant.
Nature is a lube, babe. It's a lube.
Trees,
Sap.
rocks.
The forbidden lube. Sap.
Sap is lube for only the ones you love most.
Dude, that's like forbidden lube is definitely conditioner. Every 9-year-old, 10-year-old boy is like, that would be amazing. Burning like Al Capone.
Yeah. No, shampoo is what did it for me.
Yeah, shampoo.
I didn't make it to the conditioner because I figured it out.
Anything that's, poisonous as hell.
Yeah. Anything that it says don't eat.
Don't eat or pound off with it. Dude, I saw that on the way here. On my new route to come to the studio, there was a fucking workout place that says pound off. I was like, no way, dude. Pound off, I think on Sandy Plains. Pound off gym. I was like, nobody told him.
Oh my God, pound off fitness. And they put a period before the fitness in the weirdest place. Bro, this is a jerk off room if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, there's people churning butter there for sure.
Make it happen. Hold on. Make it happen.
Excuse me, I'm about to make it happen in the locker room.
Oh, this place is...
If there aren't dudes beating off in the locker room.
Don't cheat yourself. This is, go down swinging. Hold on. Where is this place?
East Cobb County. It's on my way. Pound off. I laughed for fucking 15 minutes driving.
Is this close to where you live?
No, I live in Woodstock now. But it's on my route. I saw it.
I've definitely driven by this.
So funny, dude.
I've definitely driven by this
I
before.
laughed so hard. I was like, dude, pound off. Nobody told him. That's where you got to have people in your life when you just bounce ideas off them and they're like, pound off. No, dude.
Bro, this was like gym bros who did too much pre-workout who were just like, we got to start a gym,
Have you ever done pre-workout?
Yeah.
As somebody who's done cocaine, that shit ain't much difference.
When I did it in the Army, because, like, it makes your skin itch.
Yeah.
In the Army, when I would try to, like, get myself to work out, honestly, I should probably start doing it again. Because it's hard to get yourself to get in your car and go to a gym and start working out, right?
Yeah, just take
what's
sketchy stimulant.
You know what's easier to do? Convince yourself to drink this. Once you drink this, you have to work out, or else you're gonna feel real
You're
bad.
A problem.
You're
dude.
gonna feel bad.
Just punching holes in your wall, watching Roadhouse. Just yeah,
Bad.
dude. I drank it one time. It was like, what have I consumed?
I used to drink it regularly.
Dude, I felt like those Looney Tune cartoons with like a rocket up my ass. I was just zooming around.
There was one that was meth, and it had meth in it.
Really?
It was, what was it?
Not surprised. It's like, don't you need a fucking shaker full
it was
of meth?
jacked.
Jacked
So this stuff.
was meth. It looks like meth.
So this wasn't legal when I was in the Army, at least partially, part of the time. But part of that was like Patrick's unit was one of the units where everybody started taking this.
Oh.
And then on drug tests, just everybody started pissing hot for meth. And they were like, this seems too widespread to be just like all of our people started doing
We were
meth.
just passing out cups of meth.
Yeah. Well, they weren't passing them out. It's like you buy that stuff and then you go to the gym and you get fucking yoked.
Yeah. Dude.
Especially Marines, dude.
I don't need that. I'm already just running hot anyway. I don't need anything like that. It's too much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I don't like feeling shaky either. What are we at?
Dude, we're almost at an hour and a half.
Nice. Yeah, I don't like feeling shaky. That's like drinking too much coffee. When I show up to the restaurant hungover as shit, and I'm like, oh, coffee will turn this around.
Now you feel bad and shaky.
Yeah, I'm just at tables shaking with their water.
I need like real greasy food for a hangover. That's what really does it. Greasy food, a goodies powder, and a lot of water.
Yeah. But a liquid IV always helps. Or a body armor. Body armor.
I'll drink those liquid IVs before. You ever put a liquid IV in a body armor?
No. That's next level.
Madman.
That'll change your life.
Yeah.
I wanted to sell hangover packs and come to people's houses with a pre-roll, a fucking edible, and like a liquid IV and a body armor. Just call me, bro. I'll come save your life.
Nah, dude, I'm telling you. Liquid
The
IV
worst?
and body water. Do you want to piss a lot?
I was about to say, you might as well get a diaper, son. You're about to be peeing.
Clean it out.
The worst hangover I've ever seen was my ex. Dude, she woke up one morning, and I'm talking about just dry heaving, could not stop. Where I was like, I'm gonna have to call somebody. Like, you look like you're dying. And she just like had the phone. She's like, somebody's on the way. I was like, what are you talking about? Knock at the door. A lady came in with the IV. Dude, they laid her down.
She ordered an IV.
Yeah, to the house. This lady came in.
I bet that's expensive.
When you're dying, you're just like because that's what I said. I said, how much was this? She goes, don't look at my phone. Dude, just laying on the couch.
I've always
dying.
wanted to do that. I know that medics, like military medics, like if that's their job, sometimes if they're gonna go out, get hammered, they'll put an IV in their arm before they go out and then just tape it down.
She was a different person.
So that you can get home and just plug an IV in and lay down and pass out.
She was a different person within 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I mean, she just completely, the life came back in her. I mean, I was scared.
I would love to do that one time just to see how it works. Experience going that fast back to like, oh, I'm better.
I did it one time in college when I had insurance, and I went to urgent care, and I was like, I am so dehydrated. And the lady was like, you don't say. Like,
just
hey,
visibly
I
dehydrated
paid for insurance. Give me an IV.
Yeah.
They did. Gave me 2 bags, and they were like, Jesus Christ, do you not have to pee yet?
Have you ever heard the stories about Gronk?
No.
You know Gronk, the ex-Patriots player,
Yeah.
big dumb guy.
Yeah. World famous idiot.
Apparently, Gronk used to go party like before practices, and he would, because they have 24-hour access to the training facility. He would just come in and he would pass out in the training facility, like on the bench and wherever the medical area is. He would just pass out on the bench, and when staff would show up in the morning, they'd be like, "Oh, Gronk's passed out again," and they would just give him an IV because they're there,
Yeah.
like 6 or 7 in the morning,
Dude.
getting stuff ready. All the players show up at 10. By that time, Gronk's had his IV. He wakes up. He feels great.
Probably popped a Percocet.
Already
He's like,
at work.
Let's fucking go, dude.
He's got to put on his giant robot arm.
That was always that is a hangover reverse. That's a Uno reverse on a hangover. It's a
Yeah.
Percocet.
I'm not
That is
not
a
interested
Uno
in Percocet.
reverse. That is, bye. See you later, alligator. Now we got an itchy nose. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm not down with that.
No, me either. I don't do them. I just have heard allegedly that it is.
I mean, it makes sense.
Reverser.
It is. It does shut off your ability to feel pain.
Yeah. Which, dude, in my 30s, hangovers have gotten so bad, it's not worth it to me anymore. I would much rather just smoke.
I don't get them too bad.
I do.
I also am really good about drinking water. In my early 20s, I really figured out how to program it into myself that if I'm hammered, the last thing I'm going to do before I go to bed is drink as much water as I physically can.
I'm always afraid I'm going to pee the bed, though.
I never had that issue.
Yeah, I'm always afraid of that.
I
I got somebody else in the bed. You pee your bed as a solo person, that's not that big of a deal.
I wake up. So what I do usually is I'll wake up in the middle of the night and have to pee, and then I'll go pee, and then I'll chug as much water as I can drink again. And then I wake up feeling better.
Imagine
usually.
me peeing on Christina, who is pregnant and not
she would
drinking,
be
dude.
Mad.
If you pee on a pregnant lady who's not drinking, that's it. That's the last thing you do in this life.
Yep.
That's it. That's it for you, dude. You're dead.
Oof.
You are fucking dead. She's about to Lauren Bobber your dick.
I mean, I'm not drinking this week until I'm in Texas.
Yeah.
So I skipped Monday.
Hungover driving is bad, too.
Yeah, I skipped Monday, skipped last, because I've been going. I would say I'm kind of back to how I was drinking with breweries, which is most days, but I'm not drinking a ton. I'm having like 4 or 5 on the high end.
Yeah.
Instead of 8 or 9 a couple days of the week.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been kind of settled back into that, but I'm breaking it at least for this week.
Yeah. I also meant to bring this up. I fucking hate that I'm bringing it up earlier. So I've got an idea. I talked to Max the other day. We went and had a couple beers, chilling out.
Nice.
And before I went to go meet him, dude, I was dumping out this bag of dust I have and just got blasted with a fucking cloud. Like, I was like, that's not how mushrooms work. Dude, I was walking down to meet him like, that is definitely how mushrooms work. Like, I'm loving the neighborhood. Boy, it's beautiful. Spring has sprung.
So what's your idea?
The idea is this. I've been reading these dad books, and they're fucking terrible. They're like, who the fuck wrote this?
So you want to write a good dad book.
And I'm going to call it I'm Fucking Pregnant. Because that's the first thing Christina said to me. When I woke up, she goes, I'm fucking pregnant.
All right, write a dad book.
I am. I think me and Max are going to write it.
Do it.
Because I think Max and my brother, I think we can get a bunch of people to help me write it. We can just collectively write it. Like it's just a bunch of different people.
A better dad book.
Yeah.
Billy?
It's got to be. Billy, Sham. Like that's what I'm saying. There's so many people around us that I'm like,
yeah.
We could, because you read these books and they are dog shit. You're like, who? They're like, oh, we'll have to dip into the 401k. Who the fuck is this written for? Like, I have 3 jobs. I'm freaking out, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I want the first chapter to be the party's over, close your tab.
Yeah.
I'm fucking pregnant. Chapter 1, party's over, close your tab. We could have everybody read the audiobook. That would be so much fun. Have Billy, Sham, my brother.
I don't know if I want to say this on a podcast, but
we can always edit it out. What's the time?
1:32.
We got some editing to do this one.
1:32. How about this? You can cut the end off of it, or let's just stop.
Yeah.
Let's close out the show.
Hey, thank y'all so much. Y'all go join the Patreon, patreon.com/finish the story. We might load up the last of the spit. So if you want to hear this, what he's about to say, it'll be up on the Patreon.
No, I'm just going to stop it.
Okay.